Hi folks, and welcome back to Meaningful Money. Okay, still here just up above Madron with the beautiful Mounts Bay behind me. Doesn't get much better than that. Going to do a few videos now, not quite sure how many, but how to work with an advisor. Okay, so how to find a good financial planner, how to work with them, what you should expect from that relationship, and don't know how long that's going to take me. Not long, 3 or 4 videos probably. But the first question and the subject of today's video is, do you even need an advisor at all? Okay. Before we get into that though, as ever, I need to say thank you to my good friends at 7 Investment Management, who are just down there, I think. Yes, that side, who sponsor the show. So thank you very much to you guys for your support. So do you need an advisor or not? Now, I am an advisor, although I always tell people at parties I'm a financial planner, usually because it gets a conversation going rather than backing away in fear when I tell them I'm an advisor. But I believe very much in the power and the benefit of financial advice. Okay, we've talked very recently about the 4 success factors: time, cost, risk, and emotion. And a large part of my job as an advisor is making sure clients don't do dumb things by getting those 4 things wrong. Okay, so a good advisor can prove their worth and certainly earn many times what they're actually paid in saving you tax and costs and making daft mistakes. So I obviously believe very passionately in the power and value of advice, but I would do because that's what I do day to day. But do you even need one? I'm not naive enough to say that everybody needs an advisor. Okay, there are 2 questions, primarily, certainly 2 that I can think of, that you need to ask yourself. And if you can answer yes unequivocally to both these questions, then chances are you don't need an advisor. I've come across people relatively frequently in my work, and I've said to them, look, you don't need me. You certainly don't need to pay me. You just need to do what you're doing it fine, carry on, thanks, nice to meet you. Okay. So the first of these questions, if you can answer yes, then you're probably good to go on your own. Now the first one is, can you make decisions and stick to them? Okay. As I said, when we talked about our success factors, probably the biggest one, well, no, they're all big, but a big one certainly is emotion. And it's so easy as individuals to make decisions for the wrong reasons and at the wrong time. Because let's say, you decide that you want to plan for a certain event, maybe your daughter's wedding or something, and it's all going swimmingly, and then 5 years into that plan, the markets take a nosedive for whatever reason, and it's long and it's prolonged and it's deep and you're worried. And suddenly you think, I'm just getting out of that, I can't cope with it anymore. I still want to provide for my daughter's wedding, but I just can't cope with the risk. And you pull it all out, pull all your money out and put it in the bank. And then the market turns and goes away again, and suddenly you've lost out. Can you make a decision and stick to it, even in the light of those difficulties? Can you get enthused enough about your own financial future to make decisions and stick with them and run with them no matter what? If you can, and there are plenty of people out there who can, then you probably don't need an advisor, at least not on those grounds. As I've said before, I think at least half of what I do is counselling and coaching, really, people to stay on track with their financial planning. And if you don't need that, then you don't need that. The second question that if you can answer yes to, I think means you're probably okay to go it alone, is do you have the time, energy, interest to research all the bits that you need to know when it comes to financial planning? So maybe look at all the funds that are available. There's roughly 2,500 to 3,000 funds available in this country. Are you happy that you can identify the right ones for you and keep them under review for the duration of your financial plan? Are you happy that you know the ins and outs of the tax system so that you can save as much money as possible and not pay as little tax as is reasonable? Are you happy that you can find the best fund managers and find the best insurance companies if you want a pension or something, or do all the necessary research? Are you happy that you can do that on an ongoing basis? Because it's not a once for all, fire and forget, set everything up and then just let it run. No, you need to keep it under review. It's one of the key ways we reduce risk, and one of the key ways we make sure that you're on target is just regular review. If you can, then you're going to be fine. and you don't need an advisor. So if you can make decisions and stick to them, if you can have the time and the energy and the desire and the, to do all the research that is necessary and to find out what you need to know, then go for it. Absolutely do it. Financial planning is not rocket science, no matter what the advisor community tell you. It's basically very simple. Sure, certain people have complex needs, and a good advisor will always be able to help those people. But for most people, it's dead simple. But most people need help. Okay. Remember, chances are, well, anybody could write their own will, for example. Most people don't, though, because they, go to a lawyer, pay them 150 quid and get it done because they know it's going to be right. You can do your own conveyancing when you move house. No reason why not. It's not as far as I know. But most people don't, because there's too many things where you can trip up and, get in a mess, do things slightly wrong, delay things. So you pay a solicitor to do it. Okay. Most people could do their own tax return, even their own corporation tax return if you're a business owner. But many people get an accountant to do it because it'll be right. And it's the same with financial planning. You can do it on your own, but a good financial planner will prove their worth to you many times over. So answer those two questions. If the answer is yes, then go for it. Of course, I'm, hopefully providing you with some information to help you get a loan on this very website, and there are others like them. So any questions, ask them rather. I'll do my best to answer them underneath the video on Facebook, the YouTube channel, wherever. At me on Twitter, it's @meaningfulmoney, and I'll do my best to answer them. So thanks for watching. I think I'm going to do one more from here, and I'll see you next time.